Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Wipe your ass.
Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace.
Hey y'all, so I'm here doing like a very impromptu video. This is not one that I was gonna put up. If you know, I try to steer away from like the popular topics just because I really do try to use my gifts for helping people heal and helping people, you know, progress within themselves. But listen, I got 2 jobs. Right now I got like 1.5. I'm out of work for at least 2 weeks at one of them. My other job, I'm like, do I have a job? Like, you know, I'm still going every day, but it's just like, is it guaranteed? Is it secured? So I know a lot of people are just kind of like in this kind of like stupor in regards to like what the fuck is going on with this coronavirus shit. So I wanted to pull a couple of cards in regards to the energy, just what to expect. I'm not really into fortune telling, so I'm not really gonna pull cards on the timing, but if I get any messages in regards to it, I will definitely share it with y'all. Y'all know I like to keep it very real. And again, this is a tarot reading. I read intuitively based on the messages that I get from the cards and from spirit is what I consider it. If you not feeling it, don't waste my time, don't waste your time leaving weird shit in the comments. Just click out of it. But you know, I do hope that this provides y'all with some insight. So I did want to pull a couple of cards. I have some notes here in regards to what I wanted to talk about. So with this deck, I want to pull some cards in regards to the overall energy for right now. Like what are we dealing with right now in regards to this coronavirus as a whole, as a collective, and then like what we can expect like for the duration of it. And if you've seen any of my readings, or if you've ever got a reading from me, you know, if I'm laughing or if I get like mad or irritated, it's because that is an energy that I'm picking up on. So like I just laughed and I didn't mean to, but I think that goes to show that this is like, it's being blown out of proportion, honestly, truly, I believe. But I wanted to come in here and tell y'all what the cards had to say. So let's see what the cards have to say. And you guys know I'm really moved to do this because I rarely read on camera, so I do hope that this finds y'all well. So what's going on with this coronavirus nonsense? What is... Let's cut that. Cut that again. So it's interesting. I pulled 2 cards. The first card I pulled was, what are we dealing with right now? And we've got peace. And it's interesting because I saw this earlier. It was a post where it was like, the world is healing while we're all dealing with, you know, being scared and running wild and staying inside and not dealing with all these resources. But the world is healing. So I think I can kind of connect that with the message here on this card. Peace is definitely not the energy that we're dealing with right now. However, the numerology on this card is 23. If you know anything about numerology, you know 23 breaks down into 5. 5 is the number of change. 5 is not a subtle energy. Now, I'm not going to go into my conspiracy theories, but this coronavirus is not necessarily, it's like, I personally honestly believe that it is just like an amped up version of a flu. But I am not a medical professional, so don't take my word for it. But also, you know, like, I'm not the only person saying that. But on a higher level, on a more spiritual level, I believe that this epidemic is happening to kind of shake the world, shake humanity, kind of show us the error in our ways, not just in regards to hygiene, which has been the biggest thing for me. I'm like, you guys, were you not wiping your asses and washing your hands prior to? Like, what was good? but to kind of shake us into seeing certain things, because what's happening now is we're hearing about all these deaths, we're seeing people get sick, and when that starts to happen, there's this fear that gets instilled into people, and that's, we don't have that much time left, so we start to think about all the things that we're doing wrong, right, so to speak. So this coronavirus, this COVID epidemic is kind of bringing this aspect in for us as a whole, to kind of look at where there's chaos in our lives and how we can bring that to a halt, like we kind of did. Like, it's not that intense, but you know, like, we're being dramatic and we're like, the world is shut down, like everything is shut down, but this is really just a time for us to slow down and take a breather and look at where we could improve in life. So moving it away from, you know, the virus on like on a physical, on a medical perspective, like as far as the spirit, as far as energy is concerned, we're supposed to be, what we're dealing with right now is a time for us to kind of bring in this balance, but by way of this numerical energy, the way that we bring in balance, we do kind of have to shake shit up with that 5 energy. Okay, now on the other hand, I said, what should we expect? And then we come off of a 5 energy, and then we come into an 11 energy. You got 38 there, right? And this oracle card says, to be fair, what we should expect is really a shift in perspective. I just did the video on Saturn in Aquarius, and I didn't even really talk about perspective in that video, but I should have a little bit. But like I was saying, with how this coronavirus epidemic on a spiritual level, on a higher level, is giving us a chance to take a breath and see how we need to bring peace into our lives. We bring that balance in. 38 breaks down into 11. Yeah, the 3 and the 8, that's 11. And you've got the 1 and the 1, and there's balance, right? So taking this time to take a step back from the world, going into this social distancing stuff, is actually beneficial for us. We shouldn't be looking at it like an L. Now, I'm going to pull some cards on the financial situation in regards to how we should be moving forward as individuals and how we can, you know, keep ourselves afloat. But aside from that, we shouldn't be looking at these these quarantine chronicles as a bad thing. This is actually good for everybody. Now, for those of us that are introverts and this is like regular life for us, this isn't nothing new. But for those of you guys that don't normally take time to step away from the world, to step away from everything that you've got your hands and your energy mixed into, and to just go within yourself, to meditate, to think, to breathe, to plan, to manifest, this is a perfect time for you. And now, I hope you're not sick, but if you're not, use this time well, because it's not going to last long. I do just want to say that, okay? I also want to pull some cards on, like, what's the advice for us in regards to finances, focus. That flew out the deck. Focus. So this has been a theme popping up for me, and I guess I'm going to share it with you guys. I was talking to my mom about this the other day. I was like, with all this stuff with my jobs, and I mentioned earlier, like, you know, I one got shut down, the other, like, we're like, like, you know, all the stuff with my jobs, Mom, it makes me just want to go back to freelancing. I just want to go back to writing. Therefore, I control my own income, and I'm in a space to where if something like this goes down, I can write from home. People always need news. That's what we live and thrive off of, right? Aside from food and water. So this focus card popping up here in regards to this coronavirus epidemic. I'm gonna just keep calling it an epidemic. As you're taking this time for yourself, and I'm gonna pull some more cards, but this one flew out. You guys really put some thought and some manifestive energy into whatever it is that you want to see play out. And I'm gonna go a little bit further into talking about our finances, talking about the money. Focus on what it is that you want with your money. Don't go into a panic over, am I going to have it? Lose the lack mentality and focus on the abundance. Focus on what you want to see come out of this little quarantine, okay? Now, let me pull some cards in regards to the finances. Pull 2 cards. If I could get some insight from Spirit into the financial crisis that most of us are facing in regards to this coronavirus, not being able to work, having to tap into our savings. What's on the bottom of that? Divine masculine. We're gonna have to get karmic path. So this was written, all this coronavirus, however we're shifting our finances. And it's funny because we're leaving Saturn in Capricorn. We're getting ready to leave Saturn in Capricorn. So it's just like, you know, in that video I talk about, you know, literally like an ass whooping into getting our shit together. So during this time, especially if your finances were not right when this shit hit, it's going to be very important for you to take this time to really come up with a financial plan and a budget and figure out how to, I almost want to say, force yourself with that divine masculine energy card, force yourself into adhering to whatever it is that you come up with, okay? Cut that. Two cards. Trust and knowledge. So I think that just further confirms, we got trust and knowledge there, right? I think that just further confirms what I was saying about, you know, looking at this in regards to it being the bigger picture, not looking at this like, I can't go to work, not looking at this like, oh my gosh, I don't have money or my savings is dwindling, but instead looking at this like, this is a time for me to figure things out. You've got the knowledge card here. And I think on a societal level, we are so dependent upon our jobs. We're so dependent upon financial institutions. We're so dependent upon our investments that we don't actually have financial literacy. So I think another thing on a higher level, away from the health factor, that this is an important time for us to really look into money and how to handle money, how to make money, and how to save money, and how to, honestly, how to capitalize off of our own money. I would go so far as to say, like, really do some research during this time. You guys don't have anything else to do. Why not read? Why not bring reading back? Let's do that. Literally, let's read. Get some knowledge in regards to your finances. Get some knowledge in regards to, you know, how, look into how you're spending your money. Look into how, are you spending too much money here? Are you budgeting here in the right way? Or could you be investing this way instead of investing this way? Should you be looking at stocks? Should you be looking at, you know, cryptocurrency? Should you be looking at, you know, putting your money elsewhere? You know, really get into what everybody else is not. Everybody's into this mass hysteria, and I know that's a big phrase on in the news right now. Did you guys see that clip talking about how the media is owned by like a whole bunch of, like, a big portion of the media is owned by the same people? If you do not follow me on Instagram, shoot, I post, that was in a story. Never mind, I'm not gonna plug my Instagram because it's not up anymore, but y'all have probably seen it. It's literally like all these news clips, and they're all saying the same thing, and it's news clips from like all over the country, but they're saying the same thing, literally saying the same thing. So are you just living your best life? Are you just super comfortable? Yeah. But anyways, all that to say, really do some research right now in regards to the money. Look at where the money is coming in. Look at where the money is going out, and not just in regards to yourself. Look at what's happening with money on a world scale, okay? And then also, if you're worried about your finances right now, this is the trust card came up here. So this is just to say, you know, just understand that everything happens for a reason. If you do end up losing all your money because you had to go into your savings, understand that something is going to open up for you and you will be okay. Do not put your energy into negative thoughts. Do not give in to that lack mentality of I don't have and I need. Just really focus on the things that you need to focus on and gaining the knowledge. You got focus and knowledge here. Sorry, I thought I heard something fall. I did. I heard the neighbor put the toilet seat down. So on that note, let's I do want to pull some tarot cards, and I'm gonna bring it home with my favorite deck and my first deck, okay? With the Son of Wands here. This is a time for us to really get it popping in regards to what we're passionate about. So take your time to learn, not just in regards to your finances, but in regards to what it is that you want to do, what it is that you're interested in during y'all's little quarantines, okay? What else did I want to pull? I wanted to pull some cards on like how serious the virus actually is. So let me see if I can get some insight. And what I will tell you when I start pulling these cards, if I keep pulling like weird cards, it's usually like an answer like I'm not supposed to know, but I don't pick up on that energy. I think I can get some insight into like how much we should be panicking, honestly. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Y'all just saw my deck flip the fuck out on me. Tower right on the bottom, right? But as I was thinking in my head, as I was shuffling, I was like, I know this virus is just not as serious as everybody thinks it is. Like, the virus part is actually going to die down soon. The mass hysteria is not. High Priestess is my confirmation card. Whenever I pull the High Priestess or it falls out when I'm thinking something, when I'm shuffling, that is my confirmation that what I am thinking is right, so to speak. You've got the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles here. So I'm just going to go so far as to say, like, yes, there is a virus. Yes, it's serious, right? However, on a higher level, Saturn going into Aquarius, we need to open our eyes. We need to see things for what they really are. The media has kind of taken this and ran with it. So, you know, I think this is a time for us to really pay attention to all these ideas. Are we holding on to only what's being presented to us, what we're told we need to hang on to? Or is it time for us to, got the Ace of Pentacles here, is it time for us to like I said, open our eyes, think with our own minds? You got all these thinking cards, this knowledge card here, the focus card here, and then you've got this Eight of Swords card here saying that, you know, there's something within the way that we're thinking that needs to be shifted because we're holding on to one idea. And this Tower card, especially with the energy that we're moving into, whatever you believe in regards to this coronavirus, it does not matter. What does matter is that the reaction is going to cause the shift. So this mass hysteria, this reaction to this virus, the way that we are reacting to it is going to bring a shift in the way that we think. And when we shift the way that we think, no matter how our perspective shifts on an individual level, when the collective has this energetic shift, it changes things on a much wider scale. So just keep that in mind. I just had to listen. My deck said, hey, tell them this real quick. Real quick. So let me pull these last couple of cards and give y'all the messages that I wanted to give y'all. And then I will be on my way to go walk this dog and prepare myself for the hours that I do have at work tomorrow. I am grateful. I am grateful. Cut the deck. I think I got the Sun of Pentacles here, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Two of Pentacles here. I think that they have gotten a grip on this virus. Now, I don't know if that means that they're working on a vaccination or that they have one or that it's a medication that's going to be hiked up that we're going to have to spend hella money on, or if it's going to be like prior epidemics and we really didn't have to do anything and it just kind of dies out. The Wheel of Fortune, the Son of Pentacles is a hard worker. The Son of Pentacles is like the son to the Father of Pentacles, so he deals with a lot of strict work, he carries a lot of heaviness with him, right? You've got the Wheel of Fortune, so we are the Son of Pentacles right now. We are carrying this weight of coronavirus, a little Rona, right? But you got the Wheel of Fortune, which is things are coming around, things are changing, and then you've got the Two of Pentacles. I don't like to talk about timing. Now, I'm not going to say that it's going to be as serious, but we will probably still be hearing about cases of coronavirus for the next couple of years. Kind of like Ebola. Like, I think last year we heard about a case of Ebola and it wasn't that serious. It wasn't a mass, like it wasn't a big reaction, but it was like, well, it wasn't Ebola a few years ago. We did hear something about it last year. I think that's when it'll really die out, when we'll stop hearing about it. Now, there's the Five of Cups here. Now, if you test positive for coronavirus, this is not to be taken lightly. Don't just sit at home. Definitely go get yourself checked out. Take whatever measures that you can to get that squared away. But this does also tell me that if you have it, or if you end up getting it, like, you are not going to feel good whatsoever at all. Like, you're going to feel very down in the dumps, and it is going to feel like, you know, like, oh my gosh. Just follow your doctor's orders if you can. It was funny, in my head I said holistic, and then you got the Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles is an earth sign, so I would, going back to that knowledge and that focus card, and you got the Ace of Pentacles here, time for a shift, learning things, trusting things, trust what is already given to us. Look into holistic treatments, especially if you're feeling under the weather, even if it's not corona. Look into holistic treatments, you know, garlic, minced garlic, you know, vitamin supplements, what else do I do? Apple cider vinegar, things of that sort, okay? Father of Wands. Anything else that we need to know? You got the Father of Wands here, which is funny. I associate this with Leo and Aries and Sagittarius. We're getting ready to come into Aries season, and I think the message here is that we're going to see a lot of it start to die down within this next month. It is not going to be like these past couple of weeks have been weird. We just came off of a Pisces retrograde, Saturn going into Aquarius. There's a lot of weird shit happening. With this Father of Wands, I think that's a little bit of a message to say around Aries season, is when things are going to start to die down. Not necessarily going to come back to normal, because it's been a lot of changes that have happened over these, it feels like it's been a week, over this past couple of weeks, so past month or so. But things are going to be a lot less hectic as we move into Aries season, especially towards the end of Aries season, okay? And timing, weeks, literally things are going to start dying down in a couple weeks. Literally, it's going to start dying down in a couple of weeks, and then everybody's going to be sitting here like, well, half of us don't have jobs, half of us done filed for unemployment, half of us done, you know, gotten laid off, taken leaves of absence, so what is the advice for right now? How should we proceed in regards to coronavirus? I do get that the message is to just remain healthy, remain hygienic, but also don't put so much fearful energy into it, because that is what's causing most of the crazy stuff that's happening. What is the last message that I need to give to the people? The Empress. This is a time for personal growth. This is a time for healing. Like I said, use it for what it's good for. Don't devote your energy to negative things. Plant your seeds in what you want to see happen, what you want to see come out of being quarantined to your houses, or come out of not being able to go to work. Work on your businesses, work on your creative projects, work on, you know, your breathing, work on your meditation, work on your health, work on your fitness. Just work on healing you, give some energy to you. That's the most that you can do during this time, because it's gonna die out. We're gonna be okay, all right? Thanks for watching, y'all. Watch all the videos. I'm not even gonna plug y'all. Just watch all the videos. Watch everything that I've got linked down below, or that comes up down below. If you're interested in your own personal readings, I offer hella different spreads. Check out my Etsy shop. You can also shoot me an email or drop me a comment, and I can get you hit via either of those channels, okay? Thank you guys for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Stay healthy, stay safe out there. Wash your hands, wipe your ass. Peace.